Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna and today we're talking psychic attack. What is psychic attack? Some of the signs and symptoms and what you can do to prevent it. I find as a house healer and a paranormal clearing specialist that psychic attack is very relevant to the energy world that is around us. So let's get into it. What is psychic attack? So psychic attack is a personal attack on your energy field. Now these attacks can come from the living or the non-living. Living people can deliver psychic attack in a few different ways. It can be those people that are energetically draining. We all know them. We call them energy vampires. That particular person in the office or in a social outing, when you go home and you're like, oh, that person was just so draining today. And some other people can think and telepathically direct hateful energy to you. Things that they want to happen to you is another form of psychic attack. People who use black magic, dabble in ritualistic or satanic practices can also experience psychic attack from the living people within their own group who can use it as a form of control, or also from the non-living paranormal beings that are invoked through those particular practices. Now, non-living beings, how do they use psychic attack? Quite often, if beings are feeling threatened, or if you've gone into a house to do a paranormal investigation, or you're just being downright disrespectful to them, they will use psychic attack as a form of revenge, retaliation, and just causing you energetic disturbances. Now you're asking me how they do this. So let's look at, what does psychic attack look like? Now I've experienced psychic attack quite a few times from the living and the non-living through the work that I do. And psychic attack for me has been the experience of feeling an energetic ball coming towards me. Now you can visualize it like a meteorite. I see it the size of a volleyball, very fast paced. And for me, when I experience psychic attack, it always comes in from the right. And it's almost like I get a warning bell that sounds about 20 seconds before it's about to hit my energy field. It's literally like a meteor hitting land or hitting another object. And what I see is that the energy actually disperses around the outside of my energy field. If my energy field is solid, if my energy field has no rips, tears or holes, then I am protected. But I've actually experienced psychic attack, which I'm going to talk about later in some detail if you would like to hear my personal experience. So stay tuned and I'll talk about that later in the video. So now we're going to look at what are some of the signs and symptoms of psychic attack. The signs and symptoms mimic medical and mental health issues. So I always say to people, before you assume you have an energetic issue, always see your doctor and your mental health practitioner first. If you come back with a clean bill of health from both of those different medical professions, then you can think that it may be an energetic cause that is causing whatever sign or symptom you are experiencing. So some of the common signs and symptoms of psychic attack that I have experienced are sudden headaches, dizziness, vision issues, or confusion and brain fog. Changes in sleeping habits are quite common. Restless sleeping, insomnia, or increased nightmares. In the physical body, you can feel listless, weak, and exhausted. So you may experience changes in your skin colour. It may be pale, pasty, or even have a grey tinge to it. So you may experience changes in motor function, walking and fine motor skills with your hands and your legs. You may also experience changes in your speech and other oral motor skills. Others will experience sudden mood swings, crying and deep sobbing, and they don't know what is causing the problem. So I'd like to share with you 2 different episodes of psychic attack that I have personally experienced. Now, they both came from the living, and how do I know that? Is because I dowsed for it with my pendulum, and I was given a very strong sign that they both came from living people. Now, the first experience attacked my lower limbs. I had difficulty with walking. It was hard to explain. It was literally an overcoming feeling of dizziness was the starting point. And then I felt like I had to sit down. I literally had to sit down, and I was in the middle of getting my family ready to go to school. And here is Mum sitting on a chair, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I'm sitting there observing my body, and my lower limbs were tingly. My feet felt like they didn't want to work. I had trouble standing, and I literally had to sit and stay in that chair. Now, my partner at the time had to finish getting the kids ready for school, and the whole time frame from when the psychic attack started to when I got to the doctor was about an hour and a quarter. And within that hour and a quarter, while the kids were out of the house, I was just talking to the archangels, asking that any episodes of psychic attack that were present to be released and removed from my energy field, and asking that all detrimental energy be removed so that I could have the full function back of my legs again. Now, I just stayed in that chair because every time I stood up, my feet and my legs just didn't want to work. Oh my gosh, it was the most traumatizing experience I have ever felt. Now, getting down to the doctors was sitting in the waiting room, and I kind of stumbled in, being supported by my partner. I'm sitting in the waiting room, all of a sudden I start to feel better. And I felt the energy flowing through my legs again, the numbness and the tingliness that I was feeling in my calves and in my feet had disappeared. We got into the doctors, had a full checkup, couldn't find anything wrong. So I put it down to psychic attack. Now, I was fine for the rest of the day and the rest of the week and the rest of the months. There was no issue ever again with that particular feeling within my legs. And I knew it wasn't medical. I just knew. So the second episode of psychic attack was very different to the first one. It happened of a night time. I was sitting in front of the TV, just winding down after a busy day. And I got this warning bell in my head. I heard this bell ringing. And what I saw coming in my third eye was an energy ball the size of a volleyball. Now, at that time, I didn't worry about where it came from. So in that moment, before this energy ball hit my energy field, I visualized protection around my energy field, like a big, thick wall of white light. And as that red ball hit my energy field, it sort of dispersed. It was the most amazing thing that I have ever seen. The energy ball didn't get through my energy field, but the reverberation of something hitting me with such force sent my energy field into a shudder. And I felt electricity running through my limbs. It was the most amazing experience. It's really hard to explain what I felt. But I sat there afterwards, just slowly, gently. As the electricity dissipated, I just slowly moved my fingers, slowly moved my legs. I didn't want to get up off the couch yet. I was going to sit there and just let myself settle. I managed to get up, go for a walk around, get a drink of water. I felt really, really unsteady in my mind and in my energy because it was a real shock. So as you can see from those 2 different episodes of psychic attack, it can be delivered in different ways. Now, non-living beings deliver psychic attack in a form similar to the energy balls that I gave as example number 2. I've experienced those numerous times, but I have very good energy field protection, so generally they don't get through. So 3 things that you can do to help prevent psychic attack from affecting you. So some of the ways to prevent psychic attack is to call on your higher vibrational supporters every single day to check your energy field for rips, holes and tears. I'll link above a video that I made about repairing tears in the auric field. It's a really simple, easy process that anybody can do. It's all about intention and working with your higher vibrational supporters. So some of the other things that you can do to prevent psychic attack is to raise your vibration. Look after your energy field. Eat a healthy diet. Think healthy thoughts. Do exercise, sleep. All the things that keep our physical body healthy also affects the energy within our body. And number 3 is to avoid toxic people and toxic situations if you can. Because the toxicity and the drama that we experience drains our energy and can weaken the energy field that then allows psychic attack to enter. So one last point. For those paranormal enthusiasts out there that just love going into old buildings, looking around, exploring, I get that. I've done it and I love it myself. But one important thing to remember if you want to avoid psychic attack from dark and demonic beings is to always be respectful. You're going into a place where these beings are residing. They may have been there for decades. So it's really important that you are respectful, that you ask permission to enter the property, and you just look around casually and calmly, no yelling, screaming, jumping, shouting out inappropriate demonic callings, taunting them, and asking them to come out and show themselves, because they will, and you won't like what you get. Believe me, I know, because I deal with this all the time. So respect is really, really high on the cards when you're dealing with dark and demonic beings. You'll hear me talk about it all the time on my channel. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you've gained some insight onto what psychic attack is, some of the signs and symptoms, and things that you can do to avoid psychic attack happening to you. If you're interested in more paranormal content, you might enjoy this video.